What's good, guys? LM7 here, back with more 2016 summer reviews. We're working towards the bigger sets in the wave now, this time number 6. It is the Clone Turbo Tank. Alright, so, looking at the box, ages 9 to 14, 75 151, the Turbo Tank, 903 pieces, and is 109.99. Got our lovely picture of the Turbo Tank. We got Kylo Ren in the bottom corner. And we have 6 new minifigures, 2 of which are brand new. So, looking at the back of the box, another cool picture of the Turbo Tank. The specifications up here, which are kind of irrelevant. And then just some lovely features that I will get into momentarily. So, just want to talk a little bit about the Turbo Tank before we actually get into it. Price-wise, it's decent. It could have been $99.99, but nonetheless, still a nice set. There will be a comparison between this and the older Turbo Tank after the reviews are done. So, if you're interested in looking at that type of video to see if you want to get this one too, then we'll find out. But there's some stuff later on in the video that I do want to talk about, kind of hinting at the comparison. Alright, so here's the instruction booklet. It's quite large. And here is the final digital model right here. And it is page 129. So it is a very, it's a pretty long build. I will say that much. It's a long build. I don't know. Took me quite a bit of time. And mostly because I was exhausted because I built the other 5 before this too, so whatever. But that's just me. And I forget to say it in a lot of videos, but it does come with a brick separator. If the set is over $49.99, just assume it comes with a brick separator if I forget to show it. So let's get into our minifigures. Lovely minifigures. Can we focus in on the... Any day. Come on, I know you can do it. There we go. Alright. So our first minifigure is the simple... Oh, hello? Why are we... There we go. The simple battle droid. There's nothing special about him. He's the same as every other battle droid we've ever gotten ever. So, you get 2 of them in the set just to, you know, give the Turbo Tank a little bit of a challenge. But if you have the homing spider droid, which also came out earlier this year, it has a little bit of a battle there, because they're both the Kashyyyk attack type of stuff. Anyway, our next minifigure is the 41st Elite Corpse Trooper. That's in one of those orders. I don't remember exactly what the order is for that. But he still looks pretty nice. I like his helmet. It's got good detail on it, and I don't know, just overall he's a nice figure to have. But maybe if there's a second one, it would have been nice to have 2, but I'm not complaining. Under his helmet, again, standard Clone Trooper helmet, or Clone Trooper face. Nothing new. Got a little bit of camo printing. It's nice to have. Our next minifigure, which is the last minifigure that we've already gotten in other sets, is the improved version of Commander Gree. And I like that his legs are black with the camo printing. I just think it looks very nice. Overall, he's a very nice minifigure. So if you don't have the AT-AP, then definitely pick it up for Commander Gree. I love his face printing, his helmet, like the green and stuff. That just looks nice. And then there's some obvious printing on the back. And he's got the same head as the other guy, so nothing new there. He does come with some binoculars, if you saw, as well. So, our first new minifigure in the wave, and it's the last one we got was a Clone Wars variant, so it's nice to have a real version of Luminara Unduli. And she's not wearing all black this time. I like that she has a brown cape and the headdress, and printing are brown and black, which just makes it, I don't know, looks warmer, I guess, the colors together. But she's got a little bit of leg printing, just, you know, standard Jedi stuff. She's got her elegant robe on, green lightsaber. I like her eye detailing, the blue and white is nice. So underneath her lovely cape, she kind of has the Count Dooku type robe on, black and brown. Nothing crazy on the back. But she does have a double-sided head, so here's the angry side of her face. I prefer the more neutral side, because that's what I feel like she is normally. And our last minifigure, who is a minifigure that sometimes people question why he's even in this set. But I'll explain that in just a second. It is Quinlan Vos. And he's got different printing than Luminera, a little more rugged, bigger, still brown and black, and goes nicely with the theme of Kashyyyk and the troopers and all that fun stuff. He also has a green lightsaber, and I think this is a new hairpiece, which is it's a nice hairpiece on him. It suits him. But on the back, you can also see he has an angry face as well, with a little bit of back printing that's covered up by his hair. Once again, I prefer the more neutral face. And you can see he's got some stubble and whatnot, which is nice. So, why they include Quinlan in a lot of Episode 3 sets, even though he wasn't seen in the movie ever? It's because he was originally supposed to be in the movie, and he just got cut out of the scene, so obviously he was supposed to be in a scene with Luminera. I mean, they cut out the Luminera scene too, really, from Episode 3. She was supposed to be there with Yoda as well. Wasn't really there. Anyway, so that's why they're both in this set, because they're actually on Kashyyyk. They just got cut off from the actual movie. Just the final cut, they just weren't in it. So, there's that. Now, the next thing we have, similar to the old Clone Turbo tank, is we get another ATRT. This one is a little more camouflaged color, a little less super bright green than the other one. And I guess I'll mention that briefly in the comparison when that gets uploaded. But it's got the new, stud shooter on the front, which can move in whatever direction you want it to move. And so can the handlebars. And the legs can move. I'm not going to move them because I like this standing position. But what you can do is you can take your lovely Kashyyyk trooper. I know he's a 41st Elite Corps, yada 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 garbage. But I'm going to call him a Kashyyyk trooper. You can put him on there, and he matches the walker. And it looks nice. They look good together. But there's a feature with this walker, much like the other Clone Turbo tank there was. So I'm going to keep it out and over to the side for now. So let's focus back in and start to take a look at the tank itself. I'm not going to mention anything size-wise or anything like that until we get to the comparison. So you can say what you want about it. We'll talk about that later in a different video. So to start off, in the middle, like most big $100+ sets, there's a handle. And it's a very sturdy handle, so I'll see I can pick it up. So the first feature, obviously, is you can see the suspension on the tank moving. And it can roll over whatever you want. And this one rolls very nicely, just like I expected it to. So, and I mean, that function is very nice. And it's got, independent suspension, so it can go up and over whatever it needs to. And it does, like the other turbo tank as well, if you kind of turn it to one side, it'll turn, and whatever. You can make a 3-point turn if you really wish to. So, on the top here, I guess can we still see it if I pull it right here? Oh, yeah. On the top here, you can see there's a little gun, and that I guess you can kind of control from the inside, I suppose, because there's really nowhere on the top to actually sit for it, but whatever. And this spins too. This is a little lookout point, as you can see on the box. Commander Gree's way up there, and I'll show that feature in just a second. So here's that new printed control piece. It's kind of hard to see from here, but there's nothing special, and I've already shown it once at least. But what you can do is you can just take a minifigure and pop them on the thing. So there's Commander Gree on the lookout point, and like I said, I'll show that feature in just a second. Just showing the other parts. So on the back side of the tank, at the very end, there's another cannon that can spin 360 degrees. It does not move up or down, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but I'm not too worried about that. I like how this one looks, to be honest. And it has two stud shooters on it as well, just so the back of the tank has a little bit of defense from attacks. And if we take a look at the front of the tank, we can see just some of the detail. Here's the front cannons. They do move up and down, just like you'd expect them to. And, you know, it gives the illusion of glass, because the turbo tank is actually a really big vehicle, and to make it to scale with minifigures, they'd have to make it a collector's set, honestly. And that would be cool to have in the future. But you can see we also have some lights going on here. The illusion of lights. They're very nice. And you have the same thing going on up here on the top by Commander Green. And right here you can see, unlike the other turbo tank, this one actually has the missile launchers on the side, which is accurate. And it gives the turbo tank, 4 missiles to shoot. And LEGO loves to put missiles in that are fireable. So, you already expected it. And, just a little detail here on the sides, little spinning thing here on the door. And there's some detail in between the main cabin of the tank and the little back cabin here, and some nice detail. And you can open it up, and I'll show that in just a second. I just want to finish showing off some of the main detail. Okay, that missile's gone forever. I have no idea where that went. That's one thing. That's like one of the only complaints I have about this set, is while you're building it and touching it at all, if you touch the sides, you're going to shoot the missile. I can guarantee you're going to shoot the missile. As many times as I've done it, and even though I'm kind of clumsy when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's ridiculous. Like, I've shot the missile hundreds of times. So, just a little forewarning for that. And then lastly, I'll just show this back side here, which can also act as the front side, whatever way you want to drive the tank. So, we'll work towards the back. We'll start at the back, and then we'll get to the front. You can open this top hatch up and open up this front cabin. And inside you can see there's a little bit of stuff. These do not actually open anymore. They are locked into place, and I'm okay with that. But if I lift the tank up and bring it closer to us, you can actually see, there we go. You see the little control room. There's a cup in there and a chair, and you can put Commander Gree or whoever you want in there. So that's nice. A nice little addition. I like when they do that. So like I showed on the other side, you can open up this side panel here, and you can do the same on the other side so you can see through it, and push this little crate out, and you can see through it. So, it's hollow, just like the other set. And you basically, there's just this little yellow crate inside, and there's actually nothing in the crate. Oh, JK, I lied. There's some extra studs and some thermal detonators in the crate. They're supposed to be free, just sitting there floating around in the chest, but I put them on the studs so I didn't lose them in case I ever opened it for any reason. So that's just like the other turbo tank actually, and you just close it up, and then all your supplies is put away. And we'll save the main section of the tank for last, but the front section here, you can open up the top, and you can open up the front here too, and you can see this lovely Technic section there. I would have loved if they covered it up a little more, but I understand why they couldn't, because there just wasn't enough room for that. And basically, you can put 2 little minifigures in the front. As you can see, I have the 41st Elite clone in there. And you can obviously fit someone on the other side as well. And they just get a little steering wheel and some control panels for shooting guns and all of that fun stuff. I mean, you can open these slightly to make it, square looking. But that is it for that section. So that's the front of the tank. I love how this looks. This detailing looks really nice. And I even like that they have a little bit of the green that connects the clone troopers and the walker on the top of the tank here, just to show a little bit of homage to that. So there's 2 features on the inside of the tank here, so I'm going to turn it like this to show them off. And what you do is you just pull the whole side down. That's a little different than the last tank, so you can see the whole side opens. And I can pull these down so we don't have to see it bent up. So, looking inside of the tank, you can see it's pretty hollow. I'll open the other side too because it's pretty black, just from what it is. So, see on the inside, there's not much room anymore for minifigures and whatever, and I don't really mind that. That doesn't bother me. But you can see there's some tiles right here, and that is one feature. And then there's this gear feature right here that I'm going to do right now. Now don't worry, I'm spinning the same gear on the other side. So you can see that the gear spins, and you can raise the commander up. I'm just going to pull it up because it's annoying to do that. So if you spin that little gear, you raise the outpost, the outlook, the little command center. The lookout point, that's what I'm trying to say. I just couldn't say it. Anyway, so that's a good, decent height off of the tank that your minifigure can sit, and it still spins and all that fun stuff. I like that Technic piece. It's a cool piece to use. And some people were complaining about that function, but it's not really that bad. Like, yeah, you can see the yellow gear. Obviously, you got to be able to get to the gear to spin the thing. Anyway, but if you watch as I push it down, it spins the gear and keeps it in that locked position. So the last main function of this tank is like the other tank, and some people didn't like it, some people don't mind. I don't mind. I think it's fine. I enjoy it because it saves room in the end. So basically, you're going to take your ATRT or Clone Scout Walker, whatever you want to call it, and you're going to pretend it's a transformer. So you're going to pull the gun down, pull this antenna section down, and then we are going to, I forget how it said to do the legs exactly. It does say in the instruction booklet, like on this last page here, how to do it. So basically, all we do is we break off some stuff. No, we don't actually break off some stuff. Anyway, what you do is you take your walker and you bend it into this type of little ball position, and then you just slide it in to here, just like so. I can get it in there, that'd be great. And there, I shot another missile. So, there is that, and folded away into the turbo tank. See if I can find any of those missiles. I'll probably never find either one of those again. Actually, JK, I see one. The other one is lost forever. But like I forgot to say that on each side of the tank, and I guess I'll bring it a little closer, so you can see the ATRT is, in fact, in the middle, just chilling there. But on either side, there's also a spare missile, and I like it when they give you the spare missiles, but actually, have a place on the set to put the spare missiles. Because I don't just like to have random missiles all over the place. It's kind of annoying. But, anyway, that is all the features of the new Clone Turbo Tank. I personally really like how this set turned out. I'm really glad that they made another one. Just in case you missed the Clone Wars version. This one feels more like the original Clone Turbo Tank. The one that came with the light-up Mace Windu from forever ago, like 2006 or 7. So, I don't actually have that set, or I would love to compare it to that one, but this is not a Clone Wars Turbo Tank. This is an Episode 3 Turbo Tank, and I feel it does its job and looks more realistic than the other one did. I will say right now the other one is bigger, and you'll see that in the comparison, but I don't really mind that. I feel like the price is decent, and the build is overall pretty fun and challenging, and the minifigures are decent as well. You get the new Luminera and Quinlan Voss, so overall it's a win-win. I like Clone Wars stuff, as you guys already know, so any chance to get another Clone Wars vehicle, I'll take it. And basically the 3 biggest sets in this wave are all somehow related to the Clone Wars. This one is actually in the war. Captain Rex's ATTE. Wow, I put an extra T in there. Is a modified walker from the war. And the Rebel Combat Frigate is a Pelta-class cruiser that they used in the Clone Wars. So, anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Like I said, stick around for the comparison if you want to see that. And there's one review left that I actually own the set, and then we have to wait till the exclusive does come out. But until then, see you guys later.